Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:07:36. It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. Wayne Pearson posted a 2:37.474 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. With just 332 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. Wayne Pearson posted 2:22.192 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. Racer XTC is getting to grips with the Honda 392T naked kart in this practice session. Mr. Bang is on their first practice flying lap. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. Racer XTC is on their first practice flying lap. Wayne Pearson posted a 103.726 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mr. Bang is getting to grips with the Honda 392T naked kart in this practice session. With just 323 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eric Wolfs is getting to grips with the Honda 392T naked kart in this practice session. Mr. Bang posted 5:21.352 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Racer XTC has a best lap time of 53.609. Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 0:59.150. Eric Wolves posted a 101.930 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. Eat a Euro S like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
With just 319 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eric Wolves posted 0:59.246 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Racer XTC has a best lap time of 0:53.609. Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 0:59.150. Wayne Pearson posted a 1:11.543 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 317 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eric Wolves has a best lap time of 0:59.246. Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 0:59.150. Racer XTC posted a 0:54.711 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
With just 314 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson posted 101.441 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 0:59.150. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 0:56.154. Mr. Bang posted a 0:59.954 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 312 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eric Wolfs posted 2:41.658 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. Boy, these practices Arena Euro T just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
There are just over 310 minutes left in this practice session. Racer XTC has a best lap time of 0:53.609. Mr. Bang posted a 1:05.308 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 309 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 0:56.154. Roll Postmo is on their practice outlap. Eric Wolfs posted 1:12.303 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Karelia Cross ACF as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. With just 306 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 0:57.358. Racer XTC posted 0:53.651 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 303 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 0:59.150. Eric Wolfs posted a 2:51.327 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mike O'Hagan is on their first practice flying lap. Roll Postmo is on their first practice flying lap. Eric, Wolves posted 0:58.121 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
With just 299 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. The anticipation is high as the drivers line up for the qualifying session at Karelia Cross ACF. A mesmerizing display from Mike in this qualifying. Mike O'Hagan has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Roll Postma, currently in 5th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? And there goes Mike has completed their outlap. Mike has completed their outlap. Impressive display. Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. Roll Postma has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Roll Postma has completed their outlap. Currently in 4th, Mr. Bang has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Mr. Bang has just completed that lap in 0:57.655. Their best lap so far is 0:57.655, putting them in P4. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Eric, Wolves will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. What an impressive performance from Mike. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors. A strong showing from Racer XTC as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing, Racer XTC has completed their outlap. Incredible drive by Eric, Wolf so far, earning them 6th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Spot on analysis, Rob. Eric. Wolves has positioned themselves well in 6th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus.
Eric, Wolves has some work to do as that 0:58.412 is only good enough for 6th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
Impressive work from Mr. Bang, who has claimed 5th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Eric, Wolves has positioned themselves well in 6th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Incredible, Racer XTC has completed their outlap. A solid qualifying performance by Eric, Wolves, positioning them in 6th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Eric, Wolves will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session. And there goes Roll Postma, currently in position 3. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Eric, Wolves has put in a great effort and currently holds 4th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Eric. Wolves has positioned themselves impressively in 4th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
It's an impressive showing by Racer XTC in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result.
You're spot on, Rob. Racer XTC is showcasing exceptional skill and consistency in this qualifying session. It's a formidable position they hold, and their rivals will need to step up their game to challenge them.
Wayne Pearson has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Wayne Pearson will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session. It's a masterclass from Racer XTC in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting Racer XTC has completed their first flying lap in 0:54.069. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Eric, Wolves will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Mr. Bang has some work to do as that 0:56.808 is only good enough for 6th. What a performance from Mike. They currently occupy 2nd on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? O'Hagan will be happy having put themselves into 1st in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
A strong showing from Wayne Pearson as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. What a fantastic showing from Mike O'Hagan in qualifying. They currently hold the top spot and are in prime position for a strong starting position. Their lap times have been exceptional, and they have showcased their talent and determination. Mike will be happy having put themselves into 1st in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
Impressive display by Wayne Pearson, currently sitting in position 5. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. A dominant display by Mike in this qualifying session. They have put in a stunning lap time and find themselves at the top of the leaderboard. The other drivers will have their work cut out to match their speed and claim that pole position. Incredible drive by Eric, Wolf so far, earning them 3rd on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Eric. Wolfs has done a fantastic job to claim 3rd. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
It's an impressive showing by Mr. Bang, currently in 6th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Mr. Bang has some work to do as that 2:50.160 is only good enough for 6th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
A solid qualifying performance by Wayne Pearson, positioning them in 5th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
Absolutely, Rob. Wayne Pearson has shown great potential to secure 5th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Mr. Bang has positioned themselves well in 6th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Mr. Bang has some work to do as that 109.187 is only good enough for 6th. Mr. Bang has some work to do as that 0:58.029 is only good enough for 6th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
And there goes Mr. Bang, currently in position 6. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Karelia Cross ACF as we're getting ready to kick things off. Mike O'Hagan will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position. Racer XTC will look to make a splash from the 2nd position on the starting grid.
I'm sure Racer XTC will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Securing the 3rd place is Eric Wolfs. Wayne Pearson is lining up 4th. Mr. Bang has qualified 5th.
They are in a good place to mount a good challenge come the first corner.
Bob's your uncle, and we're racing. Now, who's got the moxie and the moves to leave the others for dust?
You can feel the tension thick as Carolina barbecue sauce. These early moments, well, they can set the tone faster than a fiddle in a bluegrass band.
You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what O'Hagan's doing. Holding on to one, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
Let's hope they all brought their A games today.
This is going to be one hell of a race, I can already feel it. The drivers are jockeying for position. Wayne Pearson will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
You know, sometimes the best strategy is to hold your cards close to your chest. Wayne Pearson's sitting right there at 4, just watching the field unfold.
This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Eric Wolf zeroes in on Mike O'Hagan, blade sharpened and ready. Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders. They're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot on. Every second is gold, and even a hiccup, a tiny one, can make them tumble. AssettoCorsaFriends, where the magic happens. Although, between us, what's a hiccup for an AI? Definitely. But they can't get too comfortable. There are plenty of other drivers who are gunning for that position, and Racer XTC has to keep pushing to stay on the pace.
It may seem like Mike O'Hagan is far behind, but Mr. Bang can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Mike O'Hagan an opening to catch up.
Well, in the rearview mirror of life, Mike might look closer than they appear. But on this track, they've got some miles to cover to catch Mr. Bang.
Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa Friends isn't top-notch is a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Out there, it's art on wheels.
Totally get you. Like, they're born racers. That weaving, the speed, just mesmerizing. It's like watching a roux dodging a ute on a highway.
Wait, well, if it isn't Mike, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. The gap between Eric, Wolfs and Mike is pretty substantial right now. It's probably going to take a mistake from Eric, Wolfs to even allow Mike to get a look in. Oh mate, Mr. Bang's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Mr. Bang, I'm thinking the same.
Things are incident alert. Looks like Mr. Bang forgot they weren't at Bondi Beach, taking a dive like that. With the asphalt burning beneath them, Mr. Bang's strategy seems to be working, placing them in 4th. Good on ya, O'Hagan. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy.
That's right, Mike in 3rd knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up.
Incident alert. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. You'd reckon Eric Wolfs was tracing the shadows of ancient Dreamtime stories with that sprawling distance ahead. It's a trek that rivals the tales of old bunyip chasers.
Feels like they're chasing moonshine dreams in broad daylight, doesn't it? But every now and then, the dream becomes real. It's not over till the checkered flag drops though, and it's important they don't lose concentration at this point.
The race has its rhythm, and right now, Racer XTC is dancing to its beat at first.
Definitely Rob, but they can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep pushing hard to stay in the game.
Crikey, Racer X sticks flat out like a lizard drinking, pulling away from Mike O'Hagan with quite a clip.
You said it, Rob, with great power comes great responsibility. But sometimes, these drivers forget that and let their egos take the wheel. Let's hope they keep their eyes on the road and not on their own reflections in the mirror.
As the laps tick by, Mike finds themselves in second. Every moment counts. Bloody hell, Wayne Pearson just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something.
Feels like Wayne Pearson's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at Karelia Cross ACF.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Wayne Pearson trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Mr. Bag. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Wayne Pearson close in enough to mount a challenge? As rubber meets road, and strategy meets luck, Racer XTC is etching their story in first.
You're right, every gear shift, every turn counts. Racer XTC knows the weight of that first.
In a world where milliseconds matter, O'Hagan's grasp on the second speaks volumes.
Oh, for sure, but remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. O'Hagan needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
Racer XTC is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the first spot. The gap between Racer XTC and Mike is getting smaller. It's now down to 21.2 seconds.
This is a critical moment in the race for Racer XTC. They need to find some extra speed and stay ahead of Mike.
Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Mike seems pretty intent on that second spot. He's pulling away. Mike is increasing the gap to Eric Wolfs. It looks like Eric Wolfs needs to dig deep and find some courage to catch up. Will they be able to take the risk and push their car to the limit?
That's right, Rob, it's time for Eric Wolfs to show us what they're made of. Will they be brave enough to go for it, or will they be content with just following in the footsteps of Mike? Let's see who's got the guts to take the lead.
Mike has just dropped the ball. Eric Wolfs didn't waste any time taking advantage of that.
That's some bad luck for Mike O'Hagan, they just couldn't hold on. But can they make a comeback?
If racing were a dance, Mike would be trying to lead, but Wayne Pearson just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Mike in fifth determined to catch up. But we know Wayne Pearson isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate, Mike is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
You can feel the focus radiating from Eric Wolfs, confidently holding on to the second.
Couldn't agree more. Every lap is a story, and right now, Eric Wolfs' chapter from second is riveting.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is farther back than my hairline. But, you know what they say about Aussies, never say die, unless it's a spider. Hold on a moment, Mr. Bang is in the pits. Braking alert, Mr. Bang is pitting. The engines roar, the tires squeal, and amidst all this chaos, Wayne Pearson is making a statement in fourth. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Wayne Pearson just slung a stone and gained ground, while Mr. Bang is left searching for footing.
Absolutely. Wayne Pearson is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
The rumble of the engine, the scent of the rubber, and Racer XTC comfortably sitting at first. He's pulling away. Racer XTC is increasing the gap to Eric Wolfs.
It's really looking like Racer XTC is going to be tough to pass today. They're driving with real confidence and authority.
Watching Wayne Pearson try to close that gap on Eric Wolfs is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. The echo of the exhausts, the rubber meeting road, and there's Eric Wolfs commanding the second. Eric Wolfs is in front, but Wayne Pearson is clinging on like a koala to a eucalyptus branch, reducing the gap to 32.1 seconds.
Will Eric Wolfs be able to keep Wayne Pearson from breathing down their neck? Let's wait and watch.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Wayne Pearson will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Sweet mercy, Wayne Pearson's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
You know, Hal, during a long race like this, how easy is it for a driver to experience a lapse in concentration?
It can be quite easy, Rob. With so many factors to consider and the intense focus required, even the most experienced drivers can have a momentary lapse. That's why mental training and staying in the zone are so important.
3 cars, 3 different lines. They're jockeying for position, looking for any opportunity to make a move.
Absolutely, wow. The energy in the crowd is electric, and it's no wonder why. These drivers are leaving it all on the track, fighting tooth and nail for victory. It's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
Heartbreak for Wayne Pearson as they slip down the field. Looks like Eric Wolfs is trying to chase down Racer XTC, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Eric Wolfs is giving it some stick, pulling Racer XTC into a mere 58.3 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right. And with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight. But instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. Good on ya, Eric Wolfs. Not letting Racer XTC get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "g'day mate" on the next corner?
The gap between them is now just over 0.7 seconds. Who will come out on top?
Tell ya what, Mike's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle?
Hoo boy, Mike needs to kick it into high gear. Right now, they're slower than molasses in January or my cousin Earl trying to solve a crossword.
Stone the crows. Mike's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, third. From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Racer XTC's masterful hold on the first. Racer XTC couldn't hold back the tide. Eric Wolfs is shaving off seconds like a barber on a busy morning.
They need to step up their game and start pulling away again.
The horizon that Eric Wolfs peers towards is as enigmatic as the Uluru at dusk. Layers of stories and strategies are yet to unfold.
And over here, it feels like trying to read a story with half the pages missing. But stories have a way of coming full circle. Anything can happen yet, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
Racer XTC is placed first at the moment. It looks like Eric Wolfs is starting to catch up to Racer XTC. The gap is now down to 62.0 seconds. Good day, viewers. If you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Eric Wolfs is in second and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Eric Wolfs is surely smelling opportunity here.
From where we're sitting, Mike seems unmovable from that third.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
A strong showing from Racer XTC, who is currently first. He can't hold on. Racer XTC is losing time to Eric Wolfs.
Racer XTC's really got their work cut out now. Can they find the speed to fend off Eric Wolfs, or will we see a new leader in this race?
Blimey, Eric Wolfs is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
Exactly, Eric Wolfs has got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burn race, right?
The track tells a tale of speed, strategy, and skill. Today, it narrates Racer XTC's journey in first. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Racer XTC is in the lead, but Eric Wolfs is closing in and the gap is now 82.2 seconds. As of now, O'Hagan stands tall in the third spot.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Mike needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
Mike's turned up the heat and put some shrimp between them and Mr. Bang, making a fair dinkum gap.
It's clear that Mike is dominating right now. They're making it very difficult for Mr. Bang to catch up.
A solid performance from Mike, who is holding down third. Well, looky here, Hal, Mr. Bang is closing in on Mike. We're talking a gap of just 78.5 seconds.
Mike's got their work cut out for them. They're gonna need to keep a cool head to fend off Mr. Bang.
Looks like Eric Wolfs' strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
I agree, Eric Wolfs is putting in the effort. Sort of like me at karaoke night. Not sure about the results, but full points for enthusiasm.
It might be early days, but Mike is already casting a shadow from the third.
That's right. They can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Mike is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but Mr. Bang is closing in, down to 81.2 seconds.
This is where the mental strength of Mike comes into play. They need to stay calm and composed under pressure.
Racer XTC isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in first.
You've nailed it. The track is a battleground, and Racer XTC's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Looks like Eric Wolfs is chasing Racer XTC harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. But Eric Wolfs, keep pushing.
Stone the crows. Eric Wolfs has managed to trim that gap with Racer XTC. Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer. This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight? It's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now. They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Racer XTC's act from first is worth an encore.
Blimey, Racer XTC must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. As we come into the final moments of this epic race, Racer XTC is in the lead. Can they stay calm and bring home the bacon?
You got this. Keep your cool.
It's all about consistency for Eric Wolfs, who is currently second.
Absolutely. And they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
We've seen overtakes, close calls, and pure racing genius today. Currently, Mr. Bang has carved out a spot at third. The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Racer XTC cruising in first. The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Racer XTC, who is simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
And that's why Racer XTC is one of the best in the business. A dominant display of driving from start to finish, leaving the rest of the pack in the dust.
A nail-biting finish, but Eric Wolfs claims second place.
Brilliant, Eric. Wolfs showed great skill and determination to take second place.
What a race from Mr. Bang. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.